According to the National Institute of Geophysics and Volcanology in collaboration with University College London, a long-dormant supervolcano in Italy is about to erupt. What supervolcano is that? Let's explore with Ask K-pop right now. The study used a volcanic fissure model to explain earthquake activity and ground upwelling. There have been tens of thousands of earthquakes around the Campi Flegrei volcano, and the town of Pozzuoli has been lifted by about 4 meters because of geological activity. Accordingly, earthquakes and upwelling have stretched parts of the volcano near the fault, and the ground appears to be cracking rather than bending. The researchers point out that the weakening of the crust around Campi Flegrei is making an eruption more likely. Campi Flegrei, the most dangerous volcano in the world, is located west of Naples, Italy, last erupted in 1538. From 1982 to 1984, gas and magma rose, causing the ground at the crater to swell but could not reach the surface due to the thick rock layer. To date, the crater has become hotter with pressure building up. Scientists fear that the Campi Flegrei volcano will soon erupt, burying a large area and affecting millions of people in Europe. Campi Flegrei volcano near Naples has a crust that is weakening and tends to crack, pushing the possibility of eruption higher. More than 1.5 million people live above the vast subterranean volcanic population, and 500,000 have their homes in the 11-kilometer-wide volcano, which was formed after a massive eruption 39,000 years ago. If Campi Flegrei were to repeat its previous largest eruption, it would spew molten rock and gas into the stratosphere, creating a tsunami 33.5 m high and releasing a column of sulfur and toxic ash, causing the earth to soils stay in winter for many years, destroying crops and causing mass extinction. Campi Flegrei's largest eruption spewed 285 square kilometers of material. One of the toxic chemical elements released during the eruption was fluorine, which in sufficient amounts destroys plants and causes an epidemic called fluorosis in animals. Campi Flegrei means burning field. This volcano has been quietly active for more than 70 years, the most active episodes falling in the 1950s, 1970s, and 1980s. Another period of turmoil began in the past decade and continues, in which the ground beneath Pozzuoli, the town at the top of the volcano, has risen 10 centimeters per year, a total elevation change of 4 m since 1950. Campi Flegrei has also experienced several small earthquakes. More than 600 earthquakes were detected in April 2023. Subterranean fluctuations are most likely caused by volcanic gas entering the Earth's crust at a depth of 3 kilometers below the surface of Campi Flegrei. This causes the crust to stretch, warp and slide, causing smoldering earthquakes. If enough gas seeps into the crust, the heat and pressure it provides can push the rock past a critical level, opening a fissure that allows magma underneath to leak out during an eruption. To test the possibility of an eruption, the team combined seismic data with measurements of ground elevation to map the change in the tensile strength of the Earth's crust in the region. The team's model shows that the crust beneath Campi Flegrei is breaking and not bending under pressure. Deep below the surface, gas and magma are slowly simmering, weakening Campi Flegrei's crust since the 1950s, reducing its tensile strength by a third of what it was in 1984. This means that although earthquakes in the area are not as strong as in the 1980s, the rock is more likely to crack under the force of the impact, making it difficult for geologists to detect earthquakes and people not paying attention to evacuate. However, for a volcano to erupt, gas needs to accumulate faster than it is lost, and magma needs to move quickly through the crust, where cracks form. Scientists cannot know for sure if these two conditions are met until the eruption occurs. Research on the Campi Flegrei volcano shows that although there are signs of a fault, there is no guarantee that it will lead to an eruption. Some scientists have spotted signs that the volcano is getting weaker. However, for an eruption to happen, the magma needs to be pushed up into the right position. This study is a step forward in improving forecasts of volcanic eruptions around the world. Campi Flegrei has experienced eruptions in the past, but there is no guarantee that one will occur in the future. If there is an eruption, the consequences can be severe, especially for the nearby city of Naples. Scientists are monitoring and collecting data to try to predict and provide warnings before an eruption occurs. Professor Kilburn said the study, which has been described as the first of its kind to predict fracturing in an active volcano, marked a step change in our goals. I aim to improve forecasting of volcanic eruptions around the world. This is the first time we have applied our model, which is based on the physics of how the rock layer breaks, in real time to any volcano, he explains. The model we first used was in 2017, and since then Campi Flegrei has performed as we expected, with an increasing number of small earthquakes showing pressures. The Italian scientist notes a force from below. According to Professor Kilburn, scientists will now have to adjust their processes to estimate the probability that new routes will be opened for magma or gas to reach the surface. When a volcano like Vesuvius erupts, you know where the eruption is from. It's from a semi-pyramidal top. But not with Campi Flegrei volcano. Activity is never in the same place. Each eruption has its own story and location, Mora said. So obviously we don't know when the eruption will happen, and we don't know where the eruption would be if it did. Another danger is the type of volcanic activity. More than 90% of Campi Flegrei's activity is eruptions, not eruptions. In other words, when a volcano explodes, it doesn't cause lava to overflow on the ground, but it blows a column of rock and lava into the air. When this debris landed, the smoke would blacken the sky and thicken the air, making it nearly impossible to breathe or see anything. The exploding column collapses will form a stream of volcanic debris, with a terrible heat of 700 degrees Celsius, and vaporize everything in its path. At least that's what happened 39,000 years ago, the day of Campi Flegrei's biggest eruption. Melting lava shot up to a height of 70 kilometers. Volcanic ash has been discovered as far away as Siberia. The explosion was so violent that the mountain collapsed into a basin. The cooling that occurred in the following years may have helped create the area on the Dutch side. Researcher Mora admits that it is impossible to predict exactly when Campi Flegrei will erupt. However, he stressed that the Vesuvian Observatory's continued monitoring can help reduce anxiety and increase vigilance. The researchers collected data not only on signs of an impending eruption, but also on the phenomenon of bradyseism. Bradyseism is the gradual uplift or descent of part of the Earth's surface caused by the filling or emptying of an underground magma chamber or hydrothermal activity, particularly in volcanic calderas. Lava from Campi Flegrei's lava flow moves underground, moving the ground above. Over thousands of years, this migration has produced dramatic changes in the region's topography, but also provided benefits such as soft, easily buildable, and nutrient-rich soils, along with distinctive landscapes and unique cultures. Thank you for watching today's video. If you find this video good, please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to support ASK KPOP Entertainment to make more exciting videos.